Hi guys, in this video we are going to see how to create key pair, how to launch an instance and connect with Putty. Okay, yeah, go scroll down, select EC2 and scroll down to key pairs, click on create key pair and select a name for it. Let's say test, okay, and then PEM, select PEM, okay, and create key pair, right? Once you create it will download, save it, okay, and then go to instance and click on launch instance. Launch it, select some instance which you want. Make sure it consume less and you always prefer with Amazon Linux, right? And then select with the T2 micro and free tire eligible. Select this one and then click on configure and then select enable because it will auto assign public IP address and there is something called elastic IP address as well. Yeah, we will talk about later. And IP address is auto assign. If you want, you can assign, or else it will auto assign for you. Here I'm going to give 10.1.1.121, right? And you can give second IP address as well. So, or else it will be auto assigned. So now I'm going to 10.1.1.20, right? And then add storage. Storage cannot be less than 8. If you give a try, it will throw an error saying minimum size should be 8, right? Click on next, add tag, name, test 001, configure, and then select the group that we had created earlier, review and launch, yeah, and then what else we have to give? Click on next and select the keeper that you have created. We had created test, yeah, and launch instance, yeah, and then click on view instance. It is getting installed and getting ready for you. Mm, By the meantime, we will open footage where it will convert that PEM key to PPK, right? Load and then and save this. It will ask without password like that, passphrase to protect it. Yes, and then save it as test or something, whatever you want. I'm going to save it test and close it. And the machine now it is ready. Mm, Once you, if you click on that instance, right, it will show your public IP address, private IP address, which I assigned one to one, right, and keeper, keeper name test, right, and then what else? Yeah, that's it. So let's try to connect with Putty, right? Mm, This one is not active now because I have stopped the instance one. I'm closing it, and default username will be EC2 user. At the rate you have to put IP address, public IP address. Don't use private IP address. Use always a public IP address. So where you can find, once you click on instance, scroll down, details, and then in details here there will be public IP address, right? Copy that and then go to putty and give the default username EC2-user at the rate public IP address. Select SSH authentication. How do you want to authenticate? And then select the IP, select the which we had created, right? We created here test, right? And click on open. It should get connected. IF config. You can see here it is 10.1.121, the same IP address which I have assigned here, 10.1.1.121. So this is how you create a key pair and launch an instance and assign a security groups, and make sure when you give the security group, yeah, a lot of people do these mistakes, including me. What I did, I did not add any rules in bond. Then what happens? It will not be able to communicate, right? What is inbound, outbound? Um, let's say two servers are there, right? So it has to communicate. It has to communicate like this: inbound and outbound. This is inbound, like you can say, like what to say. So what happens here is, once this server A gives a request, it should go to B and come back, right? So inbound is something which you receive and outbound is something which you send, right? When you send, it will check the security, right? It will check the security group whether that traffic has been allowed or not, right? If you have not allowed, how it will communicate? So make sure inbound and outbound rules are given properly, and in real time don't give all traffic. Okay, if you are giving, it is open to the world and anybody can be able to access, and yeah, you will be in a trouble. So what I can say is, you can check with your seniors or real-time applications how it runs and how the security groups are configured like that. See, if in my case, we always give SSH and 22, right? It will just communicate with the port number of 22. It will not communicate with any other port ranges or something like that, right? Once if you click save, it will just communicate only with port number 22. So if you want to restart the session, it will communicate, right? Let me see. If I want to change the port number or something, um, yeah, let me change that SSH to port. So let me open a duplicate one. It it will not be able to communicate. Why? Because inbound has been blocked. The request is sending from the server A to server B. It is going outbound, but the inbound from this server, it is not responding to this server. See, you got connection timeout. Again, I will allow and show you. Say, edit inbound roles and click on SSH, save rules, and then again, if you try, right, if you restart the session, it will connect. Yeah, this is how you manage with inbound and outbound. You have to understand what is inbound and outbound. Inbound is nothing but incoming, outbound is nothing but outgoing, right? Inbound roles should be given like specific, and you should make sure that the security groups are given according to configured according to the environment and needs, right? So this is how we can launch an instance. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.